Hey everybody, this is Lynna, and you are watching, that's right, Lynna's life. Wow. What a life it's been. Crazy. What's taken place in the last 4 years, you know? Um, I just felt really, um, my heart goes out to my ex. Um, and I personally wanted to tell them that I'm just so happy for them that they're finding peace in her life, and that she is finally becoming the woman that God intended for her to be. It's a beautiful thing, and I just want to say that I am so honored that I was able to, I guess, introduce you to a different way, a way that maybe you didn't think was possible for you, um, a way that you used to fight against and stuff. And I guess it's proven to be true for you. And I'm grateful that God would have chosen to use me to draw you closer to Him. Um, it sounds sacrilegious to some to think that a transgender person could actually be some kind of a godly example or something. But I don't know what else to think, lots of ums. I don't feel like right now, but I just, I'm honestly confused. I'm honestly confused about everything, about the relationship that I had. Just, it really just throws me. I mean, in one way, I'm very happy for her that, I watched her being baptized, and I was there when she got baptized the first time in Fort Lauderdale over on Pompano Beach. Um, I remember feeling, because Maritza wanted to get baptized, and it wasn't my idea. I wasn't really interested, honestly, because I've been down that road of baptism and confession and sin and forgiveness and all of that. And honestly, I found it lacking for me, um, because I experienced so much condemnation, so much rejection, um, so much judgment on my part. Um, and that kind of watered down the message that I guess I've been taught all my life to believe. A message that ever since Maritza and I had been together was always in question. Um, one of the first things I thought of when we first met was, and I mean online on the phone, was like, oh yeah, I believe in the power of the universe, and God is in each and every one of us. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I always thought God was, you know, Jesus Christ came, died, and rose again, and seated at the right hand of the Father, interceding for us, that we have an adversary. So when we were talking about meeting and me going down to Silver City the first time, I hesitated and I was like, I don't think we have much in common. You know, you don't believe in the God that I believe in. And ironically, here we are today. Here we are a little over 4 years later, and who's the one getting baptized? Who's the one desisting and detransitioning? It's her. And I guess I just get a little confused, you know, because I don't want to make this seem negative or anything, but for a person that doesn't believe in gender dysphoria, thinks it's a joke, you know, I look at it and I think, wow, I wouldn't have done anything. I wouldn't have lost so much if it was just a joke. If it was just some kind of crazy fetish, some kind of silly childhood game, you know, something that, you know, that really had no substance to it, something that really didn't have any purpose. And I've heard it said many times by my ex is the fact that what functionality does transgenderism have in the life of someone who's transgender? Functionality. Mm. I think the functionality is that a person that struggles with a lifetime of gender dysphoria can actually find resolve and can actually live a peaceful life. Because you know what? It's not that I think that God can't do miracles and God can't change hearts. I totally believe He can. I mean, I've seen many, many things in my lifetime. I've seen many, many things happen in my lifetime. And there's no doubt there is a God. There's no doubt that I know that He loves me, or she, or both. Um, I know that He's or she has really, in my circumstance, okay, and I'm talking very personal here because not many people have been through the types of trauma that I've had to be exposed to in a short period of time. You know, I mean, I experienced the loss of my children, the loss of my first spouse, the loss of a life, the loss of my job, the loss of my health, the loss of so many things, and the challenges, the fears, just all those things that make a person just want to crawl up in a shell and just bury themselves in a place where no one can find them. I've struggled with a lifetime of gender dysphoria. I have. I know that some would say, "Oh no, it's a joke. It's not real." And it's like, gosh, you know, I'm a good person. Um, I make mistakes. I own up to those mistakes, and I don't blame anybody else. I mean, if I tell you that I'm wrong, I'm not going to say, I'm wrong, but you're wrong too. I'm not going to say, I'm wrong, but if you wouldn't have treated me this way, I wouldn't have been this way, that way, acted that way towards you. Um, I make mistakes and I take full responsibility for those mistakes. I don't know what it is that if I would have offended anyone at all, you know, in the last 5 years with my life and said something, because I've said so many things that have been very destructive for many. And I could easily say, well, my spouse made me do that. My spouse was the one who thought that way. No, 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 no. I said it. Um, I'm responsible. I'm the one that takes the brunt of all responsibility for my actions. And I will not dare blame another person. As much as I've said things about my acts that would be like, oh, she made me do this and she was this way or that way. You guys have heard me speak. Ultimately, it was my decision, you know, for anything that happened. So I don't blame her for anything. I chose the path that I walked on because I chose to do it. You know, I chose to walk away from a loving family because I chose to do it. I chose to distance myself from my children because I ultimately chose to do it. I I'm the only one to blame. Shadow, hello. I'm gonna have to probably get him out. Hold on. Oh, okay. So it's me. Es mi culpa. It's my fault. And if anything went wrong in the relationship that I had with the person who gave me this, see, this person who stopped at Family Dollar back in Silver City around Christmas in 2014 took it upon themselves to look for this little guy who we ended up calling T-Bear. And he he picked him out. I say he because at the time, just for me. you know? And who shows up at the hospital? I'm in an ICU. I'm so banged up, beat up, left for dead, really? Who shows up but the person who gave me this? Shows up in some jeans and a a um, a pilled out green beanie, scruffy beard, muscles. No shadow. I don't want to be left right now. Um, He's wearing these really uncomfortable boots. Really uncomfortable. But this person shows up into my life when nobody was there. And I will forever be grateful to that person. I will forever be grateful. And if that was really a woman in a beard, I wanted to thank her. Thank you, Maritza, for coming to my aid when I needed someone to be there with me. I didn't know if I was going to live. I didn't know what my condition would be. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. But you came. You didn't have to come, but you came. And I'll never forget all the wonderful things that this person did for me, taking basically the reins for my care and rehabilitation. So no, they're not evil. I mean, I've called them a monster. And that's mostly because of other circumstances. But I will always be grateful for the person who brought this bear. I will always be grateful to the person who was with me in my hour of greatest need. To the person who would stand face to face with a doctor and the doctor would say, ligaments don't heal. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do. And I couldn't turn my neck. And I'm listening to these two argue. And, you know, it's like, wow, this person really believes that I can heal, you know. And the degree of care that I guess Maritza gave to me was phenomenal. Phenomenal. The moment the moment she got there, this person who looked like a man, talked like one, was like, why doesn't she have some Coban, the stuff that keeps your hands from atrophying? Why does she have some Coban? Why don't you take care of her? I mean, what are you guys doing? And it's like, oh my gosh, it was like it was on. I had conversation with my mom, had a conversation with my ex. Please don't lick me. Um, and the consensus was I needed to get surgery. And I had a hesitation on it, but no. Maritza was like, don't get the surgery. Don't bother. It's not healthy. It's not a good idea. It's going to leave you in a worse condition than if you were to get it. I will take care of you. Do you want me to stay? That was like the pivotal question that was asked. Do you want me to stay? And that was after having a conversation with my ex, with my mom, and I felt so alone. And this person, Maritza, reached out, opened her heart, and said, I am willing to stay with you to help you heal. So I don't want to say that the videos that I've made disparaging my ex are all out of line, because they're not. There's so much truth in what I had to say, you know, and I don't lie. So everything that I said, I stand behind, and I will, I have evidence and facts to back up what I'm saying. But I will always be grateful to Maritza, to Mark, um, as I knew her then. And I will always, you know, I will always love them, love her, and she helped me in so many ways. On the way back from El Paso, I was wearing this brace. I could barely fit in the car, right? Because I couldn't like bend my neck or anything to get in. So I had to like be a stiff board and just get up in there and kind of like recline in the seat and stuff. And it was dicey. And I remember the person that was driving us back, you know, sometimes they weren't aware of speed bumps or anything like that, or ditches, dips, or whatever, or bumps on the road, potholes. Everything was amplified because at that time, anything would hurt, you know. But there was Maritza, Mark at the time, holding my head for like 3 hours, just supporting it, just holding it. Like the seat rest is in the back and they're just holding it the whole entire time. They must have gotten super tired, but you would never know. I was like, are you okay? Do you need a break? And oh, no, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Playing the tough guy role as Maritza did so many times, played that role very well, very well. See, the problem with Maritza and I is that, and this is no slam whatsoever on Maritza. Honestly, not saying this to offend her in any way. And it's not about being trans enough or not being trans enough. That's not even the issue. And I'm just speaking from my heart. And Maritza never suffered with or from gender dysphoria. And now they say that it doesn't exist. They say that it's Like, okay, well, I know you think you have it, so I respect the fact, or I honor your thought pattern, but it's not real. But you can think that it is, you know. So no, it doesn't work that way. A person who has gender dysphoria knows they have gender dysphoria. It's not a it's not a question of like, oh, yeah, I thought I was this way, but I don't think I am, you know. It's definitely issue, you know. It's a real issue. Um, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's real. It, it is real. It exists. And the reason that I know it's real is because I don't think there's anybody in their right mind who would do what transsexuals do to themselves, to their bodies, to those that they love, if it weren't real. It's real. It really is. It's real. Nobody would do the things that we do if it wasn't real. I mean, we're good people. We are. We're good people. And we mean well. We don't hurt anybody. But we suffer with an incongruency from our physical to our psychological. And the pain is real. I just I think about things and my heart goes out to my ex, watching them get baptized, seeing the sincerity in their heart, you know, that they have, you know, about their newfound joy and their newfound faith and what they believe and how happy they are. And I'm I'm happy that they're happy, really. I am. I just don't quite think that she knows what it's like to deal with the things that I've dealt with. I mean, I know that they'll say that she'll say that, you know, she does. But I just don't see it as being true. I'm confused by it all because the changes happen so quick, so matter of factly, so super incredibly fast. And it's hard. It's hard to look at. Not physically, but the situation is hard to look at. Early in our relationship, I was questioning all kinds of stuff after my accident. The accident had left me kind of like thinking and wondering if I would be a quadriplegic for the rest of my life. Whether I could function as a trans woman, given the huge setback that I'd been handed to. And it was tough. But it was just too painful. Maritza showed signs early on. Early on. And I watched some old videos that we did that was like not even maybe 2 weeks from the time that we had met in Silver City. We were already spouting anti-trans stuff, you know. And my whole demeanor and viewpoint of trans issues was starting to change, you know. It was just really a confusing time for me. It really was. But I saw something take place when she asked me, "Would you like to see some of my old pre-transition pictures?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" You know, I'm a captive audience, right? So she opens, you know, everything up, pulls out the old pictures, you know, has that beautiful curly hair woman, you know, that was her before. Shows the innocent looking bride, you know, in another picture. And I could sense that she felt regret. And I was like, oh my God, this person, they transitioned and they got more than they bargained for, more than they would want. Because personally, in my opinion, I believe that at the time, Maritza just wanted to bounce between the male and the female expression, the masculine and the feminine, the butch and the femme, you know. Wanted to, you know, to do that. And we started lifting weights. She started getting into bodybuilding. Next thing you know, she's taking these heavy hormones and heavy drugs, you know, that rip your body into shape really fast. And she became unrecognizable to many people. Many people just don't. Yeah. So I I think it's important to forgive, and it's an important thing to do the right thing. in your life. Do the right thing, you know. Um, One of the things that really kind of irked me about the video about their, yeah, it's sad. It really is. It's sad that such a beautiful person and a beautiful relationship had to be destroyed. I mean, I have memories, and M says not to look back. Maritza says, don't look back towards the past and those empty, it was like some kind of a blouse that women wear that's kind of sketchy. But, you know, it's really, it's really sad. It really is. So I just wanted to say that I hold no animosity towards Maritza, and I want her to know that I am behind her 100%. Oh, yeah. I wish it wasn't so public. I wish you guys didn't know anything about Mark and I, but yeah. It's confusing. It really is. It's sad in a way because it's a person I loved. You know, it's a person I always will love. You know, I mean, it's a person that I will always be grateful to. And there's nothing I could ever do to not thank them. And honestly, I love you. I really do. And my heart breaks out. We couldn't make it, but I'm sure you'll be able to. So I'm here. I mean, I didn't ask for all the blessings that have come my way. I'm grateful for every single one of my blessings. I wanted to say also that I'm not using anybody. Honestly, I'm not. I am grateful for every single person that's been contributing to my life. I don't have any funding or anything. I still am disabled. I still deal with that. Um, I'm still, you know, it's hard for me to drive a car. Um, there's still a lot of things to be worried about or to be concerned about. But angry, I can't be. I can't be angry. I saw them talking about the video, or I mean, the moment when I used to live across the street from the motel and the Drifter, and just how expectant they were of my making a full recovery. I was banged up pretty badly. I was beat. I was beat. It was tough. So as the sun sets on another beautiful day, the moon starts to replace the sun. This summer, lots of things are going to take place in my life, and there's really nothing, no purpose served in looking back at anything. Yeah. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I'm thinking here, and if I take a long blink, and I'm just thinking. I'm not sleepy. I'm not like sleeping. I'm just, I'm really very in thought right now. And I mean, I'm not going to fall asleep on camera. I'm not falling asleep here. I'm just thinking, there's lots to think about. And there's been a lot of loss in my life in the last month and a half. And, a lot of confusion in why the loss happened. A lot of restructuring and trying to figure out what it was, what took place. I don't know what to say. I'm happy for you. I am. I'm very happy for you. I'm happy that you're able to resolve some of the pain that you've been dealing with. Honestly, um, I just, well, I'm going to answer this comment. Praying for you, Lynna. I do believe that God will judge Maritza for putting you away, as that's clearly against Scripture. Well, I don't know what all Scripture and all that I've read, and I know what Luke and other manuscripts say about divorce and stuff. But to be honest with you, I was the one who filed. I was the one who filed for divorce, and it was mutual. We both went to the courthouse together, and we took care of what we needed to take care of. And I don't know, I don't go by all that. I don't live by that law or that painful, you know, um, set of rules and things like that, and the commandments. You know, um, commandments like that. On one tablet is written one set of commandments, and then another tablet, another set of commandments are written. I mean, it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't go together really well. So I don't know what's, you know, I don't want anybody to judge anybody. I think that we all are here on this planet to learn and grow. and that I personally don't have the belief that people are going to hell. I believe that hell is a place that we go to for refinement, for growth, for purging, and to endure. But that, you know, joy comes in the morning. You know, the tears aren't going to last forever. The pain and the darkness isn't going to constantly remain on you. You know, when the sun goes down, as it's doing right now, you know, um, it's going to get dark. And if there's no moon, it's pitch dark. And some people aren't going to like it, you know. But if it wasn't for pitch darkness, some of the creatures that exist and are diurnal species, which means that they do their best work at night. They hunt at night. They eat at night. They they're alive at night. Well, they wouldn't be able to live. You know, um, I just they basically, the darkness is there for a reason, and darkness is given a bad rap. You know, honestly, because it's not like darkness is bad. It's just the absence of light. But you know, it's not the worst thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not traditional. I can't be traditional after all the things that I've been exposed to, all the things that I've seen, all the things that I've heard. I mean, I just can't. I just can't. You know. Judge not, lest you be judged yourself. Don't be trying to take some big old, you know, thing in someone's life which amounts to a toothpick, Jesus would say. When you have a log, a beam in your own eye. I mean, it's pretty, that's pretty self-explanatory. You know, here you are trying to judge somebody from the toothpick that they have in their eye or the little eyelash. And, you know, Jesus says, well, meanwhile, you have this big old beam stuck in yours. And that's why I don't want to judge Maritza. You know, I saw the sincerity this afternoon, their confession, their belief in something that I used to believe in, but I don't believe it the same way anymore. I really do. I really don't. I look for myself and never follow everyone else or believe that the Bible has total truth because it isn't. Exactly, Phoenix. I don't believe the Bible is like the ultimate version of truth because it's been manipulated, it's been, you know, represented and rewritten, and you know, it's like I just can't just throw away all the things that I learned. You know, I just can't throw away the fact that Christianity was used as a tool to conquer the new world. You know, and they killed in the name of Jesus. You know, it's it's deplorable. It's sad, but in my case, everything that took place basically was for growth, was for a purpose, was for a reason. So Phoenix says, but I miss Lynna's life and cooking shows and eating out of dog bowls because I hate religion. Sorry. Oh yeah, no, today I had a great day. Did you watch my video in the Nash Metropolitan? I was like having a great time. I mean, I've done like a few videos in those convertible cars and stuff, and it's like I didn't ask for this. I mean, I'm grateful. It's fun, but I didn't ask for, to have this room and this bed and the bathroom and, you know, friends that, that are for a lifetime. I mean, my dog's still learning how to go potty and poop, but it's all good. It's all good. Um, so I'm happy for you, Maritza. I really am. I'm very happy for you. I just wanted to let you know that. And that I love you, and I always will. There's really nothing that can ever take away from the fact that you were there for me many, 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 many times over. Yeah. So I'm just gonna let life come to me. I'm just gonna let the blessings come to me. I'm just gonna let everything take place that needs to take place. And I will, be just fine. I'll be just fine. Well, thanks you guys for watching. I hope that it made some sense to you. You know, I've been um, I've been very, very um, concerned, about what's going to happen to this person who had such a strong male persona. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope whatever happens is good. So I guess I'll let you guys go. I wanted to thank my friend Jamie for this beautiful pillow. And it says, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. And that is true beauty. Not something that you buy at the drugstore, not something that you get at the mall. True beauty is when you begin, when you decide to be you. And for those of you who are upset, I'm sorry. There's not much I can do. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys, I don't know, in another convertible. No, that was it. Okay, she has 3 of them. So, and she's all passionate about them too. It's like she tells me about the engine and what each carburetor, I don't know what it is. It's like it's whatever's plugged into the spark plug. I don't know. It's just sometimes it just runs all together. So I'm hoping that I can just focus on what I need to focus on. See you guys later. Love you so much. And be nice to people. Don't be mean to those who spitefully use you. Don't be mean to the people that you don't like. Be friendly, be kind, be good. And I'll see you guys at a later time on another channel. No, on this channel. Bye.